Hello everyone, it's Dylan from Yugioh Everything, and welcome to another Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains discussion video. Now, I want to say before I begin, I did not put any spoilers in the title of my video. I never like to do that, and usually when I put a question mark at the end of a title, it's because it's more of a discussion topic, so I don't want anyone to think that I put spoilers in the beginning of this video. Even people who are caught up to, you know, the episode 6, 7, and 8 summaries, or the episode 8 title, is probably like, where is Dylan even coming from with this? So, I just wanted to make that clear. I did not want to think I spoiled anyone or spoiled anything going on, because I am very aware and respectful of people who do not like being spoiled. That being said, a fair warning to people who do not want spoilers, because I will be discussing another piece of information we got about episode 6 and summaries regarding episode 7, the title of episode 7 as well. So click off this video if you do not want any summaries or spoilers. 3, 2, 1. So I'm going to begin with the piece of information we got in Weekly Jump. This was on Thursday. It was translated by DMC, so it's a bit late if you get your news from my videos. I was like, I'll make a video about it on Sunday. I had, a lot of things coming out this weekend, which hopefully you guys found enjoyable, so I apologize for being a little late with this. It's not much, but it does have some very interesting lines, and here it is. Yusaku tries to approach Aoi. Aoi works in Link VRains as Blue Angel. Learning that Aoi is his classmate, Yusaku tries to approach her. On the other hand, Aoi challenges Playmaker to a duel in Link VRains, unaware that he is Yusaku. As Yusaku follows Aoi, he reaches the room where the duel club that Aoi belongs to is located. But, ... question mark, exclamation mark. The first thing I thought of when I read this, the only time we've ever heard of a duel club is with Naoki. Naoki is either the leader of the duel club or he's a member of the duel club. I forget what. I think he might actually be the leader. I forget when we got that piece of information about him. I think it was in like the character relationships. I'm not 100% sure about that. Hopefully someone will know in the comment section. I'm sure someone will. Everyone always is very intelligent. I feel like everyone who watches my videos is usually extremely intelligent and aware of things going on, almost more than I am. But Naoki is part of this duel club. So I'm starting to believe that this butt is Yusaku is gonna try to follow Aoi, and right when he reaches the room, Naoki is gonna like come up and like blow his cover that he was like trying to like sneakily follow her, and he's like, "Oh, Yusaku, what's up, man?" And he's and it's gonna be a hilarious scene if he like cockblocks him right off the bat. I really hope that's the route they go with that. This week's Akira, disapproving his sister's actions. Akira does not approve of Aoi being a charisma duelist. He does not even realize his sister's desire to gain his recognition. This line, this paragraph, has led me to create this video, and I know it's like, oh, it's only 2 sentences, what are you even getting at, Dylan? But I do believe that Aoi is going to join the Knights of Hanoi. I'm like 80 to 90% confident that that is actually going to happen, and not even because episode 7 is titled The Angel of Hanoi. We know Spectre is going to be confronting her at the end of episode 6. But here's why. There was something in the episode 6 preview that really baffled me, because we knew that Aoi was trying to gain her brother's recognition. We knew that that was her early motives in Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains, if you will. That, she doesn't have any parents, she only has her brother, she doesn't have any friends, it seems like, in the real world, even though she is part of this duel club. But while Yusaku is getting scolded by Naoki, or he looks into the room if Naoki's not even involved in this, Aoi still could be alone. She still could be sitting there, but not really talking to people. She's just kind of there to be there, if that makes any sense. So just because she's part of this club doesn't necessarily mean anything in terms of her, being this really popular girl at school, because clearly that would contradict everything we've thought of her and all the other information we've got. There was a line in the episode 6 preview that said, "The brother's kindness falls fruitless. The brother's kindness proves fruitless." It's something like that, which that kind of surprised me, because I thought the whole time their relationship was going to be like Akira was a bit of a dick to her and didn't really care. Well, we know that his main motivation is to make money and support her, but again, there's a way to be monetarily there for someone and emotionally there for someone, and I feel like being emotionally there for someone, especially someone who maybe only has you in their life, is much more important than monetarily supporting them. So I feel like his mind could be in the right place, but maybe his heart isn't in the right place, but his mind, you guys know what I mean. Like, he's not being there, he's not emotionally supporting her. And when you're a teenager in high school, you kind of need that emotional support, as we can assume Aoi is 16, 17, and that is like the real prime when you need to have kind of, especially if your parents are out of the picture, love from some kind of family member, from some kind of person, which she does not have. except that line tells me that Akira is being nice to her. So I'm starting to believe that Aoi is maybe at her breaking point with her brother. And you know who this reminds me so much of? It reminds me so much of Aki in Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, Aoi Zaizen. We were introduced to her not until episode 14, pretty late in a Yu-Gi-Oh! To be introduced to a major character, but then again, that's around when Kaido made his debut in Zexal. They never introduce all their cards in the early stages. So, Aki, if you remember, was part of the Arcadia movement when we met her, which was this really wicked movement. And this was because it was a little different. She, had psychic powers, so everyone viewed her as a monster. She had no friends. But that's the same with Aoi. She had no friends. And while she probably did have a supporting family life, I think her parents did love her. She was just kind of manipulated by Divine and manipulated by her own thoughts and paranoia to be pushed to the edge. But her breaking point was when she snuck out of the Duel Academy when she was a teen, and she saw her parents laughing, and she thought her parents were laughing because they were having fun and they were having a great time without her. And at that point, her mind was so skewed from having no friends and being kind of sent away to this Duel Academy and having these powers that she condemned and that everyone condemned, that society condemned, that was her breaking point. So we never really saw that until we got flashbacks. She was already in the Arcadia movement when 5Ds began. I think that Aoi, similar to how Aki joined the Arcadia movement because she was done with everyone, could be at this breaking point, and we could see this breaking point boil over. And the fact that the only thing she has going for her in her relationship with Akira, in her mind, is that she's Blue Angel, and that she thinks this is going to be able to impress him, and that this is going to kind of win the love of her brother over. But Akira already knows that his sister is Blue Angel. So when Akira's not going to approve of it. So when Akira disapproves of the only outlet that Aoi has in her life to hide her sadness, to hide her potential depression, and her brother, the only person that she's doing this for, is going to condemn it, I think that's going to be her breaking point. And I think Spectre, when he sees her in episode 6, is going to say, look, I'm part of the Knights of Hanoi. I think he's going to probably say it straight up, because here's the thing. Spectre, from what we know about him, he's a manipulator. He's someone who does the field work. He goes out and gets it done. He's Revolver's right-hand man. He's not a dumb guy. That's all I'm going to say. You're not, if you're going to be Revolver's right-hand man and the second in command, most likely on the Knights of Hanoi, the field tech guy, you're a smart guy, and he probably knows. He's probably been scouting Aoi and scouting Blue Angel, and he probably knows that Aoi is maybe at the breaking point with Akira. They obviously know about Akira. He's the head tech of Soul Tech, so from their perspective, it's like, well, what if we got his younger sister to join our team? And maybe they're going to plan to use her as hostage later. That could be a possibility. But I do believe that they are going to make that offer to Aoi, and I think just like when Divine made that offer to Aki, she was done with everyone. I think Aoi is going to be done with everyone too. So will Playmaker be able to get through to her? I think he will be. And I think it's very similar to how when Yusei dueled Aki, Yusei got through to Aki. Remember, Aki was crying at the end of that duel and kind of whispered out, "Help me." And right before Yusei was able to do anything, Divine showed up and took her away. And Aki was not disassociated with the Arcadia movement until like episode 32. It took her a long time. It took almost over half a year of the entire show for her to be disassociated with the Arcadia movement. If Aoi joined the Knights of Hanoi, I think it would be good for her character. But not only that, I think it would be good for Revolver and Spectre's character too, because we don't know much about them, and to get some interaction between those three, I think would be really awesome. And if Aoi and Revolver both defect from the Knights, which I think will happen when maybe Spectre takes over, I think you could see a good bond between Aoi and Revolver, which is good because sometimes the female main character doesn't really have great relationships with other characters besides the main character. And we know Aoi and Yusaku are going to have most likely a very good relationship down the road and good development between those two. But how about we give Aoi and Revolver some friendship and some maybe bonding, and Spectre betrays both of them at some point. And moreover, from that, we now have a reason to understand where the Knights are coming from. We could have half an episode where Revolver and Spectre show Aoi around the Knight of Hanoi base and talk about why they're doing this, why they're going after the Cyberse. And us as the viewer now understand where the Knights are coming from, because unless they recruit someone new, or unless Revolver explains it to Yusaku in a duel, we're not going to really understand why the Knights are doing this. And maybe they want to keep that secret for as long as they can. But I would like to see it. I honestly would like to see at the end of this duel, if Yusaku beats Aoi, Yusaku's about to approach her, Revolver and Spectre show up, and bring her back to the Knight of Hanoi base. Because then you have Akira, who could get some really good character development that's like, oh my god, how the hell did I let this happen to my sister? How did I not even realize that my sister was just trying to get my attention and just, wanted my love, and I drove her to the Knights of Hanoi. I drove her to practically a terrorist group inside VRains. I think it would be really dramatic. I think it would be great for pretty much every character all around the board. So I kind of, maybe to the surprise of a lot of people, want her to join the Knights of Hanoi. That might surprise a lot of people, but those are my thoughts on it. So you guys, please let me know all your thoughts down below. Let me know if you have other reasons why you might support this. Let me know if you have reasons why you'd like to see it happen, but you just don't think it'll happen. Or let me know if you think this would be a horrible idea from every point of view possible. I will talk to you down below as always. Thank you guys, as always, so much for watching. The cast list tomorrow for episode 7. We'll get a longer summary then. I believe episode 6... I will be doing a live reaction for, and I'll be doing a review for, so look for that on Wednesday. So it should be a really fun week. It's been a fun week already. I've done a video like every day for the last 3 days, I feel like, and that's just key. They just keep on coming. So have an amazing day, everyone. Thank you for watching.